Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Phantom.Strategies. So in this video review, I want to cover Tron, TRX against BTC. We actually made a video a few days back on Tron that is breaking out, and there is a potential for that target 1 and then the target 2. Alright, so far it's looking pretty decent. So when I made that video, the original video was like, I made a video back in February 22nd. There were a lot of people, there are a lot of people who were very emotionally attached to Tron, and they're, they thought I was making a more criticizing video, and I tend not to do that. I just try to keep a realistic overview, and when I call it out, and when I pretty much just say it as I see it. All right, so I'm not going to give you like La La Land description of some coin that is not what it is, and on vice versa. So I just want to make sure that people do understand that situation, not to get attached with a coin, not to get emotional with your trading. It's like playing poker, right? I'm sure there are a lot of young guys and girls who are into crypto market right now, and it's just like playing poker, right? Most of you have played poker in your life at least once or twice. So if you have played any poker, like you don't go with your emotions. You play with your cards. If you don't have the right cards, you don't want to play. And this is not about bluffing, right? You definitely don't want to bluff here, because if you bluff in this market, the market will bite you back big time. So don't bluff. So you play on good cards, okay? No bluffing here. All right. So, and definitely don't go all in. That's another thing. Do not ever go all in. I'm trying to compare poker with trading, but it should be it's trying to compare apple with oranges. All right. So please don't take it at the exact don't like one-to-one comparison. It's not one-to-one. All right. There are some similarities, but it's not exactly the same. So keep that in mind. Okay, so Tron broke out really nice. We had this downtrend coming, and then volume really upticked. Right now I'm looking at the 8-hour chart, Tron against BTC. The data is coming from Binance. Right now it's coming right below that 100-day moving average. So you want to keep an eye on the support levels right here. So I'm gonna mark the support level. Okay, all right, so this is a support level that you do want to keep an eye on, which is 0454. okay, on BTC. 0454 on BTC. Now that's the support level that it should hold up. It might be few here and there, but that's the support that you want to look into, and that might be a good support that you want to if you want to add additional position. If that support holds, let's say if once that comes to that support level, let's say if I'm looking at the 4-hour time frame, let's say if it comes to that support level and it tries to make a rebound up here, right, then you know that that support level is holding up, and you want to make a trade at that point, and want to make sure you put your stop losses right underneath that. Okay, so you know that your support will hold up, and in case it doesn't hold up, you have only like 1 or 2% that you can lose on that trade. Which is a much better. And let's say if it comes down to further lower to 428, then you only lost 1 or 2% here, and you can easily gain more you can put in the new position at the lower price with a better price, discounted price. So keep those things in mind. Those are the kind of things that I like to cover, especially don't if you're let's say if you're like a longer term, if you're not an active trader, then you probably want to just go with a bigger time frames. You know, you want to go with, you know, you probably don't want to touch this until it crosses that 50-day moving average. Or what you can do is like use the 100-day moving average as a entry or an exit point. So let's say if anything, you go into the trade right now, but if it goes below that 409 mark, then you will be out of it. Okay, that could be one of the strategies that you can use. I mean, there are multiple strategies that you can use, and it really depends on what kind of trader you are, what kind of investor you are, what are your risk tolerance. Something that works for me probably won't work for you. Something that works for you, that probably won't work for me. So there are so many things. So and there are so many people who ask me questions on like, where should I put my stop losses? Where should I get out of it? I mean, it really depends, and it's just very individual things. I mean, I don't want to like just give you one answer, but then you realize that it didn't work out for you, because I hate to do that. I don't want to be responsible for something that didn't work out for you. I want to make sure I'm giving you the right information, and you have to really, I can really show you the door, but you have to walk through that door. All right, so please keep that in mind. I mean, I cannot walk through I cannot pull the triggers on your behalf. You have to pull those triggers, and you really have to figure out what is your risk tolerance. Now, rule number one, you want to make sure you know your downside risk. All right, you don't want to go with the money that you cannot afford to lose. Those are some common practice that you should be doing in crypto space. All right, the market is very dynamic. There is a lot of money that you can make in this market, but you just have to be disciplined. You have to be patient enough, and you just have to learn every day. Every day you have to learn something. It's something. Just because if there is sometimes, it's okay to just sit back and not do anything, not make any trade. Sometimes the best thing you can do is to kind of let your trade play out, and not like make a trade every day. If you're a very active trader, yeah, you can do those things, but I mean, unless you have like sometimes you just have to let your trade play out. Okay, so let's come back to Tron. On the daily, I see a resistance coming up around 529 area, and then there's a 50-day resistance around 542. So that level, I would like to take my profit right maybe a little bit underneath that. So I don't want to get too greedy, so I would be taking my profit right underneath those levels, right, and wait for that pullback, and until we get the confirmation, and then you can then buy the second position on that pullback. All right, but I think there is a momentum coming on the Tron side. We need to make sure the overall market stays positive. There is some news that's coming out on Tron in March, so there will be some headline news on Tron. So we need to see how well it can capitalize on those things, and if it can like really, if this is sustainable bounce that we're getting, or is it just a dead cat bounce that it's just gonna go up and come right down like it happened here. All right, so those kind of things will. So that's why you have to take profits when you get them. Do your risk management. That is the only way. That will. No one can predict if it's gonna go to like 20 cents, 30 cents. I mean, it will be. We have to reevaluate the situation when it comes to that point. That's the reality. When it comes to that target point, we need to reevaluate Tron with overall market, reevaluate Tron with how it's looking technically, and then we can assess that when is the next move up. Because there is not enough things on these coins that these are still very early stage in this coin. There's early projects on this adoption rate is not that high yet. So either you just go with like maybe 5% of your position and you're not an active trader, you just put on it and hope for the best, or you can be a little bit more active and take the profits when the opportunities are given to you. Okay, let's look at BTC. Alright, so again, BTC, I'm watching it just trying to consolidate here. I'm really liking what I see here so far. If we can create this base and like then pop out, that would be really nice and bullish. We can easily set up a nice base here and then pop out. So I want to see how we do it into the weekend. If we can hold this levels and perhaps goes a little bit higher, I can definitely see the next week turning pretty nice and bullish. Okay, Tron, hold on 1 minute. So let's quickly look at like Justin Sun. He is the founder of Tron. So let's just look at his Twitter page real quick, see if we can get any information out of that. The launch date of the mainnet will be advanced from July 1 to May 31. So that is good news. They're ahead of the schedule. As I said, they're growing their team. They're working pretty hard. So those are all good signs. We covered those things every time when I am covering Tron. I'm always coming to this page and making sure that they are making those progress, and that's the thing you want to see, that they're making progress. They're, no one is perfect, but as long as they're making progress and they're like, sticking to their plan, they're moving forward in the right direction, those are the things you want to see. No one is perfect, as much people think, it will just magically can happen, but it doesn't. There is a lot of planning, a lot of strategy that goes behind the scene in this project to get implemented. If you have worked on a small startup, if you have worked on a technology project, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not just you think about it, you write a white paper and it magically happens. No, it doesn't work like that. You really have to implement a lot of things, and you need a good team. You need a team that is driven behind this project in order to happen. Right? So as I said in the previous videos, he's constantly improving those things. He's expanding the team, bringing in more people on the team. So yeah, those are all good signs. Those are the things that you want to see. So he's definitely going in the right direction. So we have to see and see how it's gonna, if the investor is gonna buy into this. So far, I mean, they have enough coverage, so I'm pretty optimistic about this. Okay, all right. So going back to the price action on Tron. All right. Okay, so the levels I mentioned already, you wanna keep an eye on those levels. Let's look at the 8 hour. Okay, so that mark around 454, that should be a good one to watch out for. So if that holds up and then we take a reversal from that, that we can definitely break that previous high of around 514. Okay, so we want to make sure that level holds up for right now, around 455, 454, and we can, if that holds up and taking a nice support from there, we can definitely retest those previous high and perhaps the target 1 and target 2 by over the weekend or early into the next week. Okay, all right, so that's all, guys. That's all for Tron. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I post new content every day. We have been covering Tron for quite a while now. If you can go back to the videos, I will show you. We have been covering Tron and a lot of other good coins. So stay tuned and, like, just look at all this videos that I have created on this thing. So there are a lot of coins that, if you manage them properly, if you do your proper risk management, there's plenty of money to be made. All right, so subscribe to the channel, hit those notification and those bell icons so you get this content right away as soon as I post them on YouTube. If you think this is helping with your strategy, with your investment, with your trading, please give me a thumbs up. That really means a lot. Makes me motivated in doing this video review for you every day. So that's pretty much it, guys. And yeah, let me know what you think about Tron, when you got in, when you plan to get out. I'm pretty active on those comments, so I will definitely get back to you on that. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.